Hey, how y'all doing out there? Listen, in probably a very poor attempt to kill a lot of birds with one stone and answer a lot of questions for a lot of people, I want to explain a situation in across the nation. I just want to put it out like this ain't just me. This ain't uh, just a few people. This is really across the nation, and I'm seeing it more and more. The deeper that I look into this, and as it affects my very own life. And it really doesn't matter who you are or what kind of situation you get in. It just seems that if you get labeled homeless or if you just kind of seem like a scrubby person or something, it's like everybody just really looks at you differently. I don't know. I remember here just a little over a year ago, in January, over a year ago, about a year and a half ago, where I was at the Martin Luther King thing, and yeah, I was wearing some camo pants and a camo jacket, and a bunch of folks came up to the Martin Luther King memorial where I was sitting doing my morning meditation, and and I didn't know they were having an event, by the way, and they came up, and I felt it, I felt a little bit of reverse hate, or I felt some hate. Let's just put it that way, because there ain't no reverse or forward hate; it's all hate. Um, I felt that at one point in time, and it didn't feel good, and now I'm feeling a little bite that the homeless people that are out there dealing with it in the streets felt. My situation here is very tragic, but it's very common with everybody else, and I've already explained it. It's a PTSD thing. It's a PTSD problem. It's a man-made medication problem. It's a soul stealing problem, and it's also the way that SSDI strings people along, and they don't even have enough money to even kind of live on. So they stress, and they even get worse than they are, which I think it makes it kill some people. But some people like the landowner here at Bunting Farm, she offers people like me a place to work on the land where she can't. And this was fine for a year and a half until her condition caused a problem with it. The playing with the meds and not taking the meds, or not, she wasn't able to actually get them because her car was broke down on the way out in the middle of West Virginia. So I don't think it was all her fault. I just think she was trying to do the best she could. But a bad situation happened, a tragic situation happened, like in anybody's family, in anybody's community. And it gets to a point to where it's time to move on. But here it is. A landowner's problem has now cost me. I was homeless here. I was at somebody else's mercy, and their condition, even after a great friendship and over a year of good service to somebody, it's still, they can make a scene. It's not always the homeless people making the scene. It's not always a homeless crazy person out in the street with PTSD like they did poor old Thomas Kelly. Okay, it ain't all like that, where they beat that man to death, and you get labeled, and then people treat you different. I'm telling you. And hers is one type of label, mine's another, and those two clashed, and now here I am, not knowing what I'm going to do. So the lesson I'm going to get out of that, or the thing that I wanted to tell y'all, my friends, this is one of the birds I was trying to kill with this one stone, is I'm going to be fine. I'm actually going to take this homelessness thing the way I've just been bitten, the way I've seen in news articles. Listen, y'all, I just seen, and before I get on to what I'm going to do, I just want to say I just saw in the news where a boy just got like 9 months for beating a homeless man to death. And yeah, he was a young 18-year-old black male, and he had a rough life, and he might have been gang related, but still, you beat a man to death, beat a man after he's down. Like, this is what happened to me. I'd actually got knocked out and got beaten afterwards. That's the part I found toxic, and I can't. That's why I gotta move on. I can't see stuff like that. Anybody doing that to each other. But this man actually killed another man, and he only got 9 months. Because why? Because why? He killed a homeless man. They had to hunt his daughter down. She was several states away, and she had to actually send an email or a text about, hey, just treat this fair, but make sure, my dad gets some justice. And um, so, I mean, even when we get beat up by what would be considered a thug or a bad person or somebody else with a problem and get beat to death, it ain't got to be the police. It's like nobody really cares. So I see this now, and that's the point that I'm trying to make about the moving on. It's not so much that I'm moving on. I do have plenty of places to stay, because what I'm going to do, and what my work is growing and maintaining medicinal gardens. So I will get to that when spring comes around. But we got a very hard winter we're fixing to get through. And I've been talking to you about it. So instead of talking to you about it, I'm fixing to do some walking tall about it. And what I mean is, when I get up there to Chicago, I want to stay with some of y'all folks up there. I want to live your life for just come visit. I want to come visit homeless people. Period. I ain't scared. I live in the woods. I don't like sleeping on concrete, so maybe I'll get a mattress. I don't know what the hell I do, but I'm going to come visit, and we can talk about it. And we can take this all the way across from Chicago to San Francisco. I got all winter, y'all. I don't really have any choice in the matter. I don't know what's going to happen here, and she's a good woman. I'm pretty sure she feels bad about what happened, and the admission about not taking her meds and her problem overlapping with my problem has caused another problem. But I'm going to make some lemonade out of my lemons and work this thing. But I like to take it even maybe a little bit deeper, and I would just like to stay a day or two with some folks out there that are living the way you're living. Because let me tell you something. The one reason why I really want to do this is because I know that I'm a brother just going to talk to other brothers and sisters. You see what I'm saying? Anybody can look at me and know they're not going to be judged. Anybody can look at me and see a man, hey, that can take a lick. But I get it. I'm like you. I am you. We are tribe. We the people. And there's no shame in any of this. I don't know where y'all got this shame from. I don't know where you thought if you didn't make enough money, or if you didn't eat this kind of food, or if you didn't wear this kind of clothes, that you were going to be an outcast, or you were poor, or you were trash. You're a brother and a sister. You're an amazing light being and a beautiful human being. You got no reason to worry about what you're wearing on the outside. But we got twisted, and I know it. But so now it's resulted in homelessness. Now it's resulted in PTSD. Now it's resulted in us being scrambled and played and hurt. And well, I'm tired of it. I'll tell you right now, I'm fucking tired of it. And I feel like doing something about it, though. It'd be easy for me to get in a mud puddle right now. I'd love to put me well, I ain't gonna say I love to, but I could have put me up there, a headline up there said, PTSD landowner beats homeless man that worked for free. I could have wrote something mean up there. I'm not. I see the tragic scene in her situation, in my situation, in y'all's situation, and what's going on around us. That's a part of my insanity. And the reason why I stepped away from society to begin with, I saw the rat race. I saw the gerbil wheel that we get trapped in and we spin and spin and spin around in. I saw the lies that consume us and the doubt that even makes us to where we can't look in the mirror sometimes. We even doubt ourselves so much. You be brushing your teeth. You know it too, don't you? Be brushing your teeth sometime, and maybe a thought about something you said to somebody. Maybe it was about religion. Maybe it was about politics. And you were only like, you're being so hard on your side of the issue because you were really trying to convince yourself, and you can't look yourself in the mirror. Fine, I've done it too. That's fine. I'm not trying to bust you out. No, I'm not asking you to admit nothing. I'm just telling you the way it is. The thing is, we can find some answers for this by looking at tough situations, by not being ashamed of anything. I don't want anybody to ever be ashamed of anything unless you've done something wrong. When you've done something wrong, that's when you're ashamed. When you've done something wrong, that's when you say you're sorry. I'm willing. I like learning from things so I don't have to go through the same shit again. How about that? Because it seems like I've been through this situation that I'm going through now, just at different levels. And it's always been somebody else. Now here I am on the receiving end, and instead of becoming the victim, instead of becoming the crybaby, instead of saying, oh, poor me, it's like, wow, so here's the situation for real, y'all. Now here's how we can deal with it. I wish that the doctors, oh my God, y'all, I wish that the doctors out there that treat PTSD and any kind of depression or mental disorders that deal with rage or violence or self-harm or harm to others, I wish that those doctors could have looked into the face that I looked into, watch the eyes turn completely fucking black, except for the whites. The whole cornea turn completely black. And somebody, when they lose it in a PTSD rage, it's like their whole adrenaline gland releases at one time. It's like everything evil comes out of them at one time. I wish a doctor could see that in person. So then they might be a little more empathetic and not so apathetic and not stereotype people and take them as individuals. Maybe find out what their deep cause is push and promote more counseling and talking and less medication. Also diet and, getting some things out of your system, healthy living, but oh wow, they can't do that because they're corporate owned. But that's on you. And we're all responsible for our health, period, y'all. I'm sorry. There's no health care net out there for you. There's no bunch of nurses and doctors running around just for you. There's nobody out there that's supposed to make you healthy. You are responsible for your safety, and you are responsible for your health. And if you're the person in charge of your family, or the leader or the elder of your family, you're supposed to be taking care of theirs too, y'all. That's just the hard natural law reality of life. So whatever you think on the side, that's fine. So help yourself. Look at other people that are willing to talk about their life events and the things going on, like the homeless issue, the man-made medicine issue, especially psychotropic drugs, the mental disorders that are coming around in staggering numbers. And I want to point that out before I get off here too. Australia, after 96, they started trying to control their population. So they had the school shooting, I believe, in Tasmania. Where well, that wasn't a school shooting. I think the guy just went on a rampage or a gun rampage, whatever it was. It had their gun laws changed drastically. But then there was this dumbing down and pacifying of the race, where people walk right by you and boy, they'll just be sorry. Like I told y'all one time, I was walking by this couple and my hat, I went to tip my hat and my hat went to go blow off, and I grabbed my hat and it goes, "Oh, sorry, mate." And I'm like, "We didn't do nothing." They pacify those people, but a lot of them, about 30, if I'm not mistaken, somebody could look this stat up. Look at the number of people that are on mental disability or considered being treated for mental problems like depression and being bullied and all kind of things that are actually things you're just supposed to drink some concrete and harden up on, or life problems. They're actually on mental disability getting paid for it. I saw this with my own eyes, but now I see it in America. They would rather have you all on some kind of Social Security disability, some kind of mental disability, on some type of psychotropic drug. It makes it easier for you to control. These are fluoridic medicines. Their base ingredient is fluoride, which is to make you docile, which is to make you not think, which is to keep you down. I don't know why. Look, y'all, I'm not the conspiracy. That's for the conspiracy theorists to talk about. That's one of those other brothers and sisters. We all have a place in this. I'm just trying to tell you what you see already. I just try to tell all of y'all, period, and show you the blatant things that are already in your mind, and I just talk about them. The white elephants in the room, whatever you want to call them. Somebody's got to, because we just can't let everybody go. Just like this homeless issue, I can't just let people go. I'm in the same boat with them. Then I'm in the same boat with you, we the people. Then I'm in the same boat with everybody on this planet. There's no different in none of our plights, but some of us got to step out. So no matter where it goes or how it goes, I'm going to talk, and I hope y'all talk back. The homeless information portal is open, so please go there. Speak out to your friends. Let's give it some test shots. Let's throw some pictures out there. Let's throw out some articles. Let's give out some shout outs from different cities. Let's be talking on these tools while we have them, and everything we have now in place that we know how to use. Let's use it. That's free. That's easy. That just takes a second to say, "Hey, what's going on? Let's take care of some business. How y'all doing? Oh, we got some police involvement over here. Something's going over here. Stay away from this side of town. Hey, there's a guy over here was having a barbecue and had some extra left over. Maybe somebody want to rake up some leaves for him and get some ribs." What the hell? We can start helping now, but we got to get out and get some of this deep stuff out in the open. And since I'm just that way, since I guess I'm a knothead, I really am a knothead right now. I guess since I'm just a knothead, and I don't know, I just don't have any shame. I don't have the shame. I just see teachable moments, and they don't come at the best time. They don't come when we'd like it. Teachable moments come when there's a teachable moment. Be lucky you have them, and be even feel luckier if somebody can learn from it. So let's learn from your brother sitting over here, and trying to figure things out. I have figured a few things out. I'm not a blamer, and I'm not a hater. I found that out for real. I can see through a problem. And I can also see that I'm an idiot in that um, that I think some people may actually need to have a few eggshells around them so you know where to walk. I'm learning too, but the main thing is I feel this could save a life. I feel like talking about the mental illness combined with the homeless issue, since this is the same thing, it's just the other end. It's not a homeless crazy person going off, it's just a homeless landowner going off that's trying to help. It could be one way or the other. But these two things seem to be intermingled, and we can't look at them through hateful eyes. We just got to be understanding. We have to show some understanding and look, it comes back to that self-love again. If I had something that happened to me and I snapped and I didn't kill you and I ain't gonna beat nobody, but I mean, if I did something or said something that was stupid because I snapped, which I do all the time, and say something to hurt you, I'd be wanting some understanding. So I'm pretty sure she's wanting some understanding. Maybe all of us can get some understanding out of this. Maybe one of y'all can come here and even talk to me about some of this going on. I am by no means a weak man, but I am not the strongest person in the universe by no means. And so I'll release some things, but I like making my lemonade. And man, if I get any more lemons, I'm gonna move down to Florida because I'm about through with some lemons. I like some tangerines here for a minute, but y'all know what I mean. I like to make something good out of things that happen bad, and that way I don't stay negative. I had a brother that was talking to me in some PMs the other day, and he knows who he is. And he just, like I always stay positive. I'm always trying to give something back. Well, that's it. Because if I keep things and I don't give them back, I'll hoard them up. And y'all don't want me hoarding up nothing that turns into hate. Because I don't want to hate no more. Because I've hated better than any of y'all out there. I've hated beyond hate, and I'm tired of it. And when it does rear its ugly head inside of my heart, I can defeat it, but I can't defeat it right when it rears up. Everything has to be beat back down. I've learned to beat it back down in a short time. Maybe one day I'll learn what it takes for it just to not come up at all. But until that day, I'm as imperfect as y'all, and I love you, and I think we should talk about these things. The homeless thing is on the go. I'm just going to get off here now and let y'all know, because basically just saying peace and letting everybody know that everything's cool and that this homeless thing is still on the go. I'm in Big Springs, West Virginia. I'm going to be trying to get, when this does start, I don't have a date, tentatively around after September. So around October 1st, I'd like to start. After that last weekend in September, I'd like to start. I'm going to be tentatively trying to go from Big Springs, West Virginia, up through to Chicago. So anywhere in between that somebody would like for me to stop and talk or spend the night or have a cup of coffee with you or talk about Mother Nature, whatever you want to do, talk about your problem. You want to say something to America, you want to say something to your brothers and sisters, you want to talk to your tribe, I'm going to give every single one of y'all the opportunity to do it, and I'm going to turn every second of that film over to the People's Tribune and let them put it together the way they should. And I'm going to put it together the way I think it should be done. But along that way, now when I get to Chicago, this trip will evolve to a bigger trip out to San Francisco to see my brother Michael Atkins and to talk to people out there. But in between there, so look at Greyhound bus route from Chicago to San Francisco, and I think I do already have a ride from here to Chicago. I'm on my time. I'm on my dime pretty much. I'm on but it's our idea, so you ain't wasting my time. That's what I'm sitting here trying to say, and this is what I want to do. So I want to talk to you. I want to hear from you, and if you need some questions asked, if you got some dead air, if you're gonna let it be silent between us, I don't like awkward moments, so I'll ask you some questions, but I'll be asking you as a brother. I'll be asking you as a man that loves you and that loves all of us talking like this so we can figure it out. Because y'all, there's some shit coming up. I know y'all didn't, I ain't going to say it, but I know y'all didn't take advantage of yesterday. I told you to take advantage of 9-9. It's going to get ugly, y'all. Things are going to be ugly, but we that love each other and love our planet, we will be fine. I promise you that. I can just promise you that, the best promise I could give. Until then, let's talk about what we got going on. Let's build it up, and let's not let this winter freeze out our brotherhood and freeze out our tribe that's out in the streets. Because It's going to be cold, and I mean that in a lot more ways than you think. It's going to be cold in America this winter. I love y'all. Peace. Don't live in fear. And let me know what y'all think.